Welcome to the Gen X Journey podcast. Dive into all things important to Gen Xers, from advice on aging parents, expert interviews, product reviews, and heartfelt conversations. So put down the joystick, grab your Walkman, dust off your old yearbooks, and welcome to the Gen X Journey.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gen X Journey podcast. So today we're going to dig into a popular way to kill time, and Noel alluded to this in the previous episode. I hope you enjoyed the false art of getting bored.
That was fun.
That was a fun episode for us. Really, we're going to talk about another popular pastime for us growing up, and to introduce this topic, Noel, it's all you.
All right. Well, one of the like Steve was alluding to in the last episode, we talked about the art of boredom, and how we learned to pass the time back in the day because we just didn't have all the electronic entertainment options that we've got these days. So it was up to us to kind of create our own fun. And so one of the things that filled a lot of those times was just playing board games, and shared in the last episode about how some of my best memories growing up was just playing board games. My younger brother Damon, drives me absolutely mad when we play Monopoly, because it doesn't matter what I do, what cheat codes I apply. If I'm the banker and I'm taking $500 every time I pass go, that munchkin still beats me.
You've talked about this before.
Yeah,
you have an issue with this.
Every day I wake up pissed off about it. But it was Lynn and I were playing Damon one day, and we were both getting just trashed, and we formed Kirsch and Kirsch Incorporated, and it was like we pulled all of our assets together, and every time she passed go, it went into this pot of money, and we were building up some assets, but he still beat us, and it's still
crazy
to this day. Irritates her, it irritates me anyway.
But playing against Linda in a board game is never enjoyable, in my opinion. I've never once beat her. I've never seen her lose, and it's frustrating.
I'm going to tell y'all a story that hopefully she doesn't listen to this episode. But it's one of our funny early marriage stories. We were members of a church in Houston. In our Sunday school class, we started playing hearts, and it started off with hey, so and so, you want to come over and have dinner, and we'll play hearts, and cool. And then it grew to, hey, we discovered that there's there's 8 couples in the class that like to play hearts, and so we're like, hey, why don't we have a hearts tournament? And so we got the class together. We're playing this big hearts tournament, it's a big deal. And Linda and it was Lynn and I and 2 other people got to the final table, and this is a very competitive group. We were all 20 somethings back then, and I mean it's competitive, and everybody's having fun, but kind of wanting everybody to lose,
right?
And we get down to the last game, and it's Linda and me and 2 other people, and I literally got to 98 points, and if you score 100 you lose, and Linda was winning by she only had 16 points, and I had 96 or 97 or something like that. And I don't know what it was, but maybe it was supernatural, but I stopped scoring points, and she started scoring a lot of points, and I kept letting her hear about it, because I'm like, wow, you just got 26 points, Lynn, and I didn't get any, and that made her mad. She's like, yeah, but I'm still beating you by 40. And we got down to the very last thing, and I beat her, and she so funny, I swear. The whole class is around us, we're all, and again, this is a Sunday school class, and she cussed right, and I'm like, oh, this is great. So the whole class is standing around, and she finally loses her mind and cusses right in front of everybody. It's awesome. And we still laugh about that today. But Yeah, my wife I love her to death. But boy, when she plays, she says when the cards get dealt, the rings come off. So that tells you everything you need to know about
Sure
how she plays
does.
games.
That is perfect.
I
Wow.
100% believe that for sure.
Just somewhat competitive, but anyway,
That's
yeah,
funny.
she got pissed off. That's so funny. Anyway, so we thought we would talk about some of the top 8 board games for the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Guys, what do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to just go through these like 8 through 1 and then 8 through 1, or what?
Yeah.
What do y'all want to do? Just want to pick out some of these? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
In the 1970s, the top board games from the 1970s, number 8 on the list was a game that I played pretty extensively with my brothers. Never really played with Linda, but it's the game Risk, which
Love
is
Risk.
a global domination strategy game. Boy, is that thing fun! Until remember my older brother used to gang up on me, and I would get to this corner of the map in Minsk or something that has one army guy, and I would bring all mine to one area and then just defend the world from there, and he would get ticked off at me because I would somehow continue to fight and stuff. But Risk was a great game. Did you ever play that?
Yeah, I mean, it was, really forced you to slow down. And I think for that reason, I wanted the game to move faster, have more action.
Yeah.
But, I think it's a game I'd really enjoy now because I love, just the strategy behind it, and didn't appreciate it as a kid as much as I would now. But
very true. Yeah, back then it was more. I was more of a crossbows and catapults kind of guy, when it came to games where it was just blow stuff up, and that's my kind of a war game back then. But yeah, I'm with you. I'd wanted the game to go fast, wanted there to be more stuff going on, and then a strategy game doesn't sound too great to an 8-year-old,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Anyways, still fun.
Yeah,
You would take number 7?
Yeah, number 7 on this list is a game called Twister, and and for me it was a very awkward game because I just for me to be able to, I feel like I always had to reach out to most distant dots and try to maintain my balance, and I was always the first to. If I was going to go down, I was always going to try to take somebody down with me. the thing that cost me to fall the most was just spinning the board. There's some reason just reaching to spin that thing, I was down.
Oh yeah.
left foot green, right foot red.
Yeah. And you can't put your feet and legs and hands in the simple places. They have to be on the 4 corners of the map to get started.
Yeah. Spread eagle on the Twister.
Absolutely.
I'd pull a muscle these days playing something.
No kidding. You got to stretch before Twister these days. Crazy.
Keith, you want to take number 6?
Yeah, so number 6 was a game that I enjoyed a lot, and I think it's kind of made a comeback with some of these larger lawn games that are coming out. And in fact, I like this because it makes me smile a little bit about our Lost Art of Being Bored episode, because I have seen the younger generation kids playing this at outdoor events, and that's Connect 4. Easy 2-player game. Is people who don't realize there's a group of discs, 2 different colors, and a board that's a vertical. And the idea is to have a line of 4, whether it be up, straight up and down, left and right, or diagonal. And the first person to get those 4 in a row wins the game. But yeah, I love the resurgence that this game has had with some like that, and I don't want to give away something, but I don't think Jenga's on here. But Jenga was another one that was that I've seen those big lawn games. I think that's a lot of fun that they're bringing some of those back. It's really cool.
Yeah. I saw this in a video game arcade where they had basketball, you shoot hoops and stuff you shoot the ball into the slots and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely made a comeback in today's.
I'm glad to see it come back. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Number 5 on the list is the game Sorry, which I'm played, I'm sure, but I can't remember that game for whatever reason. Did you guys play this a lot?
We played this so much in our house.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Did you
I
play?
don't recall. I mean, so like my family, we weren't known to play board games. Like
Mhm.
we played dominoes. Like dominoes was our game. It still is our game. When we get family together, like it is
Yeah.
dominoes and trash talking the entire time. And then that was
What
really about it.
what dominoes game do you play? Do you play like regular game or 42 or what?
Regular with multiples of
Regular.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. My
So
brother Steve always played 42. Like that's his. Those are most his college memories, is playing 42 with his buddies and stuff. But anyway.
that's a fun game, man. Dominoes is that's a timeless
yeah.
game. Timeless game.
It is.
Yeah.
No, sorry. There is other games, Wahoo boards you may have seen, but it's very similar in that where it's basically you can play up to 4 players, and each person has one side of the square board, right? And you've got a start area where you have 4 of the pawns, or whatever they're called, the player pieces. And you have to start it out on either a 1 or a 7. Those are the only 2, or a 2 maybe. 1, 2, or 7. I think you could start them out. But each the cards are 1 through 12, and then a sorry card. And each one of them you can either do the number on this, or you have to do something different. So like I think a 4, if you drew a 4, you always had to go back 4. You couldn't go forward 4. If you had an 11, you could either go 11, or you could switch spots with another player on the board. So it was basically a big strategy to see who could take their 4 pawns around this square board and take them and put them in their home at the end. It was great. I mean, I can't tell you how many times my mom and dad and I played this on a rainy day. Like when we were talking about the things we do on a rainy day, the first thing I thought of was sorry, actually. On that last episode, because that was a fun game that we played the heck out of. And like you said, it was refreshed in the 70s by Parker Brothers. So obviously it was right next to the Ouija board on the shelf from Parker Brothers, like we talked about last episode. But great game. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah. All right. What's next?
So number 4 on the list is a game that was released in 1972 called Boggle.
Right.
And, I didn't recall this game. So it's a fast-paced word game with a letter grid and a timer. And so after doing a Google image search on it, I remember playing the game. I don't remember exactly how it worked. Do y'all remember playing Boggle?
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't play it much, but I do remember it.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's number 4 on this list.
Yeah. I'm looking at I truly believe that the 80s list is better and stronger than the 70s in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Boggle was okay game. I wouldn't say that it would be one of my top 8 from that year, or that era.
Yeah.
What's your take on the next one, Noel?
Number 3 was Payday. I'll tell you what, I can kill a Payday bar right about now. I don't know if you guys Payday.
Sadly, is that bad that the first thing I thought of was the candy bar, not the game?
Oh my gosh, man! Of the candy bars, I think we've had an episode about this. That candy bar is awesome. I just noticed that my camera is basically off the camera.
And the fan's looking great up there.
That's nice.
Like that.
Heck of a ceiling fan.
Yeah, appreciate that. Anyway, the game Payday, it's a money management game where players try to make it to payday while avoiding debt. It sounds a lot like life, but anyway, that's
like, why play the game for fun? Let's play it in real life.
We can do it for real.
Right.
But yeah, I played that a little bit. I don't think that's another one of those I played maybe 1 or 2 times. I don't think I played it a whole lot, but the number 1 on this list, I'm not going to get there. I played that one a lot and still do.
It's a similar but better version of Payday, in my opinion.
It is. I agree.
And we'll let Steve do that one. We won't spoil it, but I agree with you. That one to me was a more legit version of that.
Yep, for sure.
So
number 2
was a game that I loved. Did you all play this? It was a game called Mastermind, and basically it was a code breaking game. So did you all play this? Did you ever play this game?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you have basically 2 people, one on one end of this kind of a board of 12 rows of holes. Okay, and the person on one end had kind of like a little covered area, and there's 6 different colors of pegs that he could put in this board, and so secretly he arranges a set of 4, and it could be 2 in a row. It could be like red, green, blue, or it could be red, blue, green, white, something like that. But anyway, he arranges these pegs, and then the person on the other end had 12 chances to break the code. So it just starts out. It's to me, it's like a color version of Wordle. if that makes sense.
Mm.
You have 12 chances to put pegs in this board. And then when you put it out there, the person that's the code owner tells you if you've got one color right or one location right and all this. And so you have 12 chances to find out what the code is. It was a great game. I thought it was, I still like playing this game on, I think there's apps out there. I've played the apps recently.
Oh, wow.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game. Also called Code Breakers, I think was another one that they called it, but it was a fun game. I enjoyed that one a lot. So
it does sound like Wordle, what you just described.
Yeah,
there
it's
exactly
Wordle
like
of colors. It's funny. Yeah.
Interesting.
Lame.
Okay. I'll let you do the number one, Steve.
Yeah. So number one, the revised edition came out in 1970s, and it's called The Game of Life.
Yes.
So those you're not familiar with, this is the 1970s update of the classic Players Navigate Careers, Families, and Retirement. So Payday is probably more like today's real life than
The
Game of Life is.
Yeah. True.
I know I played this. This game doesn't. I'm very rusty on the details of this game, but I remember it's a game that I often played, in junior high and high school with friends, and I feel like growing up, like board games weren't that big a part of my life, and so like when I got around y'all, I was like, struggling to keep up with y'all strategy and everything. And so I was like always last place, always first one out.
Right.
Yeah. That's your penalty for playing basketball all the time.
Yeah,
and
I
not
know,
being
right?
inside more.
That's right.
No doubt.
What are you doing? Exercising?
What's that all about?
So that's the top 8 list for the 1970s. And I think the 1980s list, we're going to finish strong in this episode because I like the ones that we got here in the 80s. So
at least the top 4 or 5 are great. I agree with you.
Yes. Yeah.
So who's turning? It's your turn, right, Noel, to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think number 8's one of those that I'm sure if I saw it, I might remember it, but I don't remember it by name only. It's called Battle Masters. It was from the late 80s, early 90s. It's a fantasy battle game with a giant vinyl mat and plastic miniatures.
Wow.
I hear giant vinyl mat, and I think the Office Space jumping to conclusions mat. Oh my gosh, that is a giant mat.
That's one example, but that sucker's huge.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this game. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
have y'all heard of
I
this?
haven't either. Steve, have you heard of it?
No, and like the next few games we're about to talk about is all like fantasy related stuff. I mean,
yeah.
But
you got to figure that my take on this was about the time. If you think of like Stranger Things, this was about the time that 1980s and 81, 82 that all of the Dungeons and Dragons started getting really popular.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that some of these fantasy games came out to kind of compete with that or to make people attracted because of Dungeons and Dragons to that. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
The number 7 one was, in my opinion, the World War II version of Risk. It was called Axis and Allies. So it basically the same idea as what we had at Risk. They just kind of fine-tuned it to make it themed based on the World War II Axis versus the Allies theme. Again, nothing much else to say beyond what we've talked about with Risk, but it was I really love those strategy games. I think they're a lot of fun until I start losing. I either really do good or I lose up this immediately. There's no in between. It's so funny. So.
But the worst thing when you lose a game early on is if it goes on for hours, like Monopoly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think you pretty much know like about the 4th time around the board whether you lost or going to win.
Yep.
Whether you're going to dominate or you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
And then it's just 2 hours of watching your slow demise.
Yeah, it's just slow misery.
Yeah, you're just slowly getting pecked to death by chickens. It's really, really annoying. All right, number 6 on the list is
That's me. That's me. I got this one.
I was about to hand it off to you, Steve. I just wanted to say number 6. So
hey, that was a good transition, y'all.
Do you like that?
Yeah, smooth, buttery.
Go ahead and take this one, Steve.
I've been amping up. I want to just rag on this one here. So number 6, launched in 1989. I'm sure was a tremendous popular game amongst the nerdery. and the game is called Hero Quest. And I've never heard of this game. I'm not even going to Google it because I don't care. It was a fantasy dungeon crawl board game that.
Hey, come back to us. Come back to us.
Board game that mix RPG elements with tabletop mechanics.
Oh,
this reminds me of all my buddies that played Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff. And that just, I don't know if y'all got geeked up about that stuff, but like,
no.
That's how I found the basketball hoop. I was sitting there in those rooms with all them playing those games. I'm like, I'm out.
Oh boy.
I watched a group of my friends play Dungeons and Dragons, and it's when I realized, it was that night that I realized that I've got the scientific, logical thinking brain, and I don't have the creative make-up crap brain. Because I literally was sitting there going, I'm sat there for half an hour and I'm like, just what the hell is going on? Like, what is what? Like, he just said this and that doesn't make any sense. And then you said something else that doesn't make any sense, but you guys all seem to know what the hell's going on. Like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. But I never got into that.
It was one of those where I'm just nerd enough to be fascinated by it, but I wasn't nerd enough to be engrossed in it. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed the idea of it, and I do have that kind of creative brain where I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing here, but at the same time, on my games, I need a little structure, and I didn't see the structure. I'm with you, Noel. Like, I'm like, it's way too out there, the story that you all are making up, that I can't hang at all, and I'm going to go join Steve on the ball court. Okay, so
yeah.
So I'll give. I think that's all of the dungeon game. I'll tell you one that I really did like that came out. Let me see what year it came out. It was something that kind of was one of the first board games that mixed technology with the board game. Yeah, it came out in 1981, and it was called The Dark Tower. Do you all remember this game at all? So it was fairly like I don't know if I would call it necessarily a Dungeons and Dragons type of game, but I guess it kind of had that same theme. But the middle, it was a circular board game, and in the middle was this huge battery operated tower. And part of the game was using this tower as a computer to decide where you were going, if you were attacking something, if something tragic was going to happen. It kind of helped dictate the game so it was like the first like computer object that integrated itself within a board game. And it was really, they came out with The Dark Tower was what it was called. And I remember playing it one night. I only played it once, and I was totally fascinated with it. It was really cool. And I know a couple of years ago, they actually did a Kickstarter to come up with another, was it called The Dark Tower? I think it was called The Dark Tower. The Dark Tower game? Yeah, Dark Tower. And they came up with another one, but like if you look at this thing on like eBay, this game goes for $250 on eBay right now. It's like a legendary, really cool game. But they came out with a second one that they tried to get on Kickstarter to work. I don't know if it ever happened, but it was a fun game. So if I'm going into the nerdery Dungeons and Dragons type of things, that was one that I really was fascinated by. So I just wanted to use that as an honorable mention. It's not on this list, but it was an honorable mention talking about these. That's one I remember more than these.
There's a Dark Tower Return board game.
That's probably it.
That's like the new version.
Yeah, with the I bet that's it with like the upgraded technology. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what that's like, because again, like I really thought that's the one I've seen. Because also I think you can like drop dice down the middle and it rolls out of the different holes. There's other things that it was done with this new one. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because of all of those dungeony games, that one was the only one that was really fascinating to me because I liked the technology aspect. That was when technology was starting to get fun in games, like about the same time that Merlin game and the Speak and Spell and all those started being game type of things.
We interrupt this 1980s. Remember Boggle?
You found it.
This might be the first one ever made, man. Honestly,
the box is slightly
so
tinted
old.
yellow.
Yeah,
you can smell the 70s on it.
Oh man, there's something about that smell. That is a awesome.
And you know what smell I'm talking about too. Like
I totally do.
It's like when you go into an antique store and that smell. I don't know what it is. I guess things that era aged and now they all smell alike. But anyway, that was Linda. Linda and her dad used to play Boggle, and that was. I mean, we still have the original game. It's 1976 is the date on the thing. So
That's cool. Man,
I'll admit, like,
Boggle.
I'll geek out when I go someplace that has like old board games and they're still in really good shape. I see that stuff. I mean, it's cool to see.
Yeah.
Did you, when you were doing garage sales, did you come across quite a bit of that?
Oh yeah, yeah, and it was every now and then we'd come across a board game from like the 70s that was still wrapped and never had a
so
before.
Cool.
And you know, we tell the family that we found that, and they usually hang on to it because
I was going to say, yeah. Okay, so guess who, Noel?
Guess who? It's our number 5 on the list.
Nice.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh man,
it's a guess who game. It's a deduction game of flipping faces to figure out your opponent's mystery character.
Yeah. Did you all ever play this?
I think so.
I'm going to look it up. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's it right there. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a good one. I enjoyed that one. It was especially when you're playing with little kids, it's a fun one to play, I think, because it's one of those games where you can always interact with them, you know, with the little kids with that, because there's not anything detailed, that you just come up with small details of the person. So I think anybody of all ages can play together on that game, which makes it fun.
Yeah. Numero cuatro. Oh, see, now I own these top 4. I have these close by. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like the top 4 on this are solid ones that I would still play today. Right.
Yeah.
Number 4 is the game of bluff, Balderdash. Basically, you bluff your way to victory by making up fake definitions for other words. So I feel like you have a story here, Noel.
We played this before. I think the 3 of us with Linda. And
this feels familiar. Yeah.
Oh my God, I got in so much trouble. And I mean, I tend to get in a lot of trouble when I play games with her because I'm not serious and she is serious, and so it makes a really volatile situation marital wise. Oh my gosh! But all my words are all, you know, not. I mean, it's clearly not real, but I'm just having a lot of fun with it and stuff. So,
so I'm legitimately very happy to be the person to talk about number 3 on the list, because on this list of the 80s, this is my favorite game.
Oh, okay.
And this game was introduced in 1988. People hate playing this game with me because I'm an absolute jerk in it. And this is the game of categories, which was a creative word game where unique answers score more points. Like, I love the double word.
Yeah.
And I challenge the accuracy of words, the validity of words. I'm the person that has the dictionary next to me to
oh my goodness.
really lose the game of categories.
That's funny. You have your own pencil and stuff you bring to the match, your own little tray and everything, or
0.7 lead.
He rolls out. He's got this rolled up felt base. You know?
He brings out his case.
Zip.
Oh man!
I just walked through the room and just stare at everybody when they ask what. I'm just trying to figure which one of y'all can get second place today.
Oh man!
All right, am I number 2?
I don't know. I'm lost. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
All right, number 2 is a great one. I mean, I've seen this on TV shows and stuff too. They had had this, not exactly this, but anyway, the game is Pictionary, and never played this. It's you've
drawing. Never played this, Noel?
No. I said if you've never played this before.
Okay.
I've got some stories from this too, but
me too.
Favorite word drawing and guessing leads to laughs and a lot of frustration. One of the most ridiculous drawings that I had ever been on the receiving end of was one my little brother did, and he put 1, 2, and 3, and he circled the 2, and I was like, I don't know, you need to go to the bathroom, like, you know, it's number 2, it's not number 1, I don't know what number 3 it would be, but and he was getting really, really frustrated with me. And the word was lunch, because 2 was the second meal of the day, and that's why he circled the 2. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
wow.
would be 1,000 years old and never get that,
Yeah.
ever.
No, not at
It
all.
made sense to him,
I
and
mean,
that's
now
about
that you
it.
say that, it makes sense, but there's
Well,
no
yeah,
way in a million years I'd have guessed that. That's funny.
not even close. I was like, second place, silver medal. Well, I mean, it kept coming with all these things, but
I remember
anyway.
one time we were playing, and I don't remember who was drawing, but it was on our team, and they drew the word Florida, and they had to draw Florida. And if you think about what Florida could look like, okay, it looked like anything but Florida. And all of
Are
us
those
just,
beach balls, or is that Tallahassee?
that's one of those where you just let the timer run out and move on. You know, you're like, I'm not going to even go there. So yeah.
That's Pensacola up there.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty bad. Oh, good game though. Pictionary, and they had a lot of like takes on Pictionary. There was a Pictionary person where they had a person you drew things on, which never was good, and all sorts of stuff. But Pictionary was a fun. We played the heck out of Pictionary at our house. So it was good. So the number one game, I think, is pretty solid number one. I can arguably say, I don't doubt that this was the number one board game of the 80s. I actually didn't really start playing it probably until the 90s. I didn't know it came out in 1981. I thought it was older or newer than that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it really, really became popular, I think, in the late 80s, early 90s, like our high school time and early college. And that was the game Trivial Pursuit. And I think you were talking about this earlier, Noel. Don't you all still have a Trivial Pursuit game go into this day with your guys versus girls in your family, right? So yeah, it's a great game. There's been, I can't even imagine how many variations on this game. Trivial Pursuit Kids, there's Trivial Pursuit, all different levels of difficulty, all different categories. But the bottom line is, it's a fun game where you have to answer the question right in a certain, I think it's 6 groups of categories. I think, right? 6 categories 6 to make all the pie squares fit in the pie. And I don't know. I hard to argue that this wasn't the number one game of that time. I can think of some others that were around in the 90s. Taboo comes to mind. Outburst. Some of those, but those were more. I think Taboo came out. I cheated. I chat GPT because I was like, where is this one? But I think it came out in 89, but didn't get popular till the 90s. So that doesn't really count.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I can firmly say I think Trivial Pursuit's the strongest one on this list as far as our generation's game during that time. So,
in the last episode, we talked about like how did we kill time on the road trips. And one of the things we did, we would read out the questions.
Oh yes,
while we're driving for a Trivial Pursuit, and I'll have to admit, like this Trivial Pursuit game prepared me for whenever we were in college and we would go to the bars and play NT.
Oh, the trivia. Heck yes.
Man. We all cleaned up from our generation.
Yes,
Trivia Pursuit, I'm convinced.
I remember we were solid number one team at Bashes many years.
Oh yeah. Bashes and Conference Cafe.
And Conference Cafe, yeah. So much fun. We went up to Ruidoso, I guess it was over the Christmas holiday, and they have a new trivia thing called the Chive. I don't know if you Chive trivia, but very similar to it, but it's over your phone. They don't have I miss them. Like you had to put your credit card or your driver's license, and they'd give you the console, and you couldn't get your driver's license back till you turn the console. Those things were legit, man. That's where it was awesome. Like that's great that we have our phones now, but there was something about having the power, and you knew because you could look around the room and you saw people
see who was doing it.
Yeah, and that's what made it awesome. Yeah,
we all had our hand signals, like you weren't,
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you knew the answer, you weren't going to give it away. Rub your nose was B, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the one guy at your table that's the code breaker, got all the paint on his face. Like, I think scratch his elbow C. If he does C with confidence, he's scratching his elbow. So funny.
One of my favorite NTN stories was after our college days, and I remember my buddy Michael Ray. We were at a bar playing National Trivia Network, and he was a few beers deep, and so like first game the answer was John Candy. I'm like, all right, now what's the answer? And Mike's like, I know this one, And so the anthropologist is like, John Candy. Everybody was like busted up laughing in the bar.
Well, that was discreet.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Everybody
hilarious.
gets that one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny. Well, I got another Linda story about Trivial Pursuit. We've had this men versus women game going on for so many years, and Linda actually accused her brother Mark that he cheated, and the only way that he won, that the guys won, is because Mark like took the questions to the bathroom and like, you know, closed the door and then like read all the questions and memorized all the answers and stuff. She actually accused him of this, and so the next Christmas we had when we were together, he bought a brand new Trivial Pursuit, still in the box, still in the wrapper, and unwrapped it in front of her. And then we played, and we still beat him. So she's like, what other excuse have you got?
That's awesome. God, Linda's such a sore loser.
Yeah, no, man. If she listens to this episode, I am gonna have to
You're in
sleep on one of
trouble.
those couches
Is that
for
ever
a
a
while.
concern? Do y'all's wives ever listen?
No.
Every once in a while she does, but not very often. No. Does your wife listen to it?
No.
Does Robin?
No.
Not very often. There was one that Dawn listened to. She actually liked it. I can't remember which one it was. A couple episodes back, but she thought it was pretty good.
Never listens on her own. If I'm listening while we're driving, then she'll
Yeah.
Yep. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Speaking of, we had, thank you to our listeners, because over the last month, we've had some of our best download weeks ever. So thank you for all of the listeners. We had hundreds of downloads, honestly, from, I think I counted 12 different countries and 14 different states in one day inside the US. So pretty good. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for listening and following along. And please don't forget that if you like the show, leave us a comment on your favorite podcast platform, because that really helps boost our visibility to others. So we would sincerely appreciate you doing that.
Hey, some honorable mentions that we should bring up on these games real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
1978, Hungry Hippos.
Oh man.
A game of
Great
contention between me and my brother constantly. You know,
That
playing
was
two hippos at the same time.
Oh yeah. You had to do that, like one on each
Yeah.
corner, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. Mousetrap. Do y'all remember this one?
So here's the thing about Mousetrap. I don't think I ever literally played the game, but I loved setting up the trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the big old block of cheese and putting all of the stuff. It was kind of like the Rube Goldberg machines, right? Where like one thing led to another to drop the trap down on the mouse.
You to say.
Yeah. And those were, it was I don't think I ever once played the game, but I set that trap up constantly. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Another great game. And by the way, probably should have been in the top 8 of the 70s.
I agree.
Operation.
I would easily have replaced some of those top games of the 70s, or what was it, 80s? What was that? When did it come out? It doesn't say.
I think 7. Well, probably it may have been
70s.
For our
80s.
generation, it was impactful. But
but I would have easily replaced I probably would have got rid of Payday and threw that in there, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Or Hero Quest.
Yeah.
Hero Quest.
Yeah.
That sounds
and then the last one on this list is Candyland, which will be an all-time classic in my opinion.
Oh,
it is.
It's still going strong to this day. Our little kids love to play Candyland. It's another one of those. It's so easy. You don't have to worry about counting or doing much of that. You follow the colors. Chutes and Ladders is another one that's up there, I think, with Candyland like that. Always put those two together.
Yeah.
The other one that was on this list, but I don't think I got cut off the bottom, but I think is also worthy of an honorable mention, is the game Clue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Clue was the number 5 honorable mention on there. And did y'all play? I mean, we still play the heck out of that game. We played it at Christmas this last year. And it's a fun game. A lot of good memories playing that game. I don't think I've ever won it in my life. I should never be a sleuth, but it's a fun game. A lot of fun. I'm usually the one that is one off of solving it that lets everybody else actually solve it, because they're like, oh, and then everybody solves it. After I go, then they're like, I'd like to solve the clue. And they do.
Thank you, Keith, for the assist.
I usually get bored about that time. I'm like, I'm just going to throw it out there. I think this is it.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm done with this. I always think it's a candlestick.
Always a candlestick.
Yeah.
That dang candlestick.
Awesome.
We're
Good list, guys. Good
Yeah,
list.
for
That's fun.
sure.
Enjoyed it.
For sure. Good memories here.
Yeah, our listeners, any other games that you all remember fondly, we'd love to hear about those as well. And we'll probably do a 90s board game one coming up too, because there's some good games from the 90s too. And going forward, there's still like I think Noel, you mentioned it. You guys still play games. We're actually finally getting a chance to go over some of our friends' house in a couple of weeks to go have a game night that we haven't done in a couple of years, and I'm actually super excited about doing. I'm excited, very much looking forward to it. So yes,
Awesome.
but good topics, guys. Good topics.
Yeah.
So we'll catch everybody.
Enjoyed it, fellas.
Yeah, we did too, and we'll catch everybody on the next episode.
Take care, everybody.
Farewell.
See you, everybody.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in the Gen X Journey podcast belong solely to the hosts and guests and do not necessarily represent the views or opinions of any entity they are associated with. The information provided is for entertainment and informational purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Listeners are encouraged to seek the advice of qualified professionals for any specific issues they may face. The creators and contributors of this podcast make no representations as to the accuracy, completeness, or validity of any information, and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its use.